So I'm gonna try.
I have, but is there a link like last time? So like a place where people can actually watch the hangout without actually taking part in it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's.
In the top of the page in the screen you can see the links. But
All right. Yeah. No. No. I
I'm
was
gonna
just one.
choose one that you can use to get in the talk. Yes, I think that we're ready. Yes. So we're just online. If somebody is there,
Oh my goodness.
Farid is there. Let me join him.
Oh, yes.
I think we're ready. Well, Connie, we're here because we're gonna talk about some suggestions about the expression of interest for proposal to the OAD. So
Yes.
we have just some ideas to get the proposals complete for the OID. So one of the things that we are talking about the proposals are that we think that the proposal needs to have involved people in at least the countries in the OAD, for example, Venezuela, Bolivia, Peru, Chile. Try to join some people from those countries to make a little bit stronger the proposal. Because
Okay, you're very garbled. I can't hear everything you're saying, but I believe you said that it's suggested to have many countries involved,
yeah.
and that I should have collaborators in those countries?
Exactly, yes. That's one of the suggestions in general for the proposals, because one of the things that we saw in the expression of interest was that they are very regional proposals. So they are solving situation in their um, towns or in the cities, but in the way to make this stronger, we suggest to take into account more countries that are involved in the at least in the office. In this case, the Andean Road office. So probably you have here in Colombia contacts. You can count with us. In Chile, we have also contacts. In Venezuela, and if you want to take contact with them, we can give you the mails. So
Yes.
just to join you into your proposal.
Okay. That sounds like a very wise thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
We also have colleagues in Chile as well.
Exactly, yes. So try to take them, invite them. Also, there's another thing that we are talking about with the proposal is to take some ideas about how we're gonna evaluate the proposal. If maybe
Right.
we can, you can write some aims or some objectives or some indicators that are going to show that the proposal are going to solve a special stuff in the countries.
Okay, so it goes beyond the survey. We have a pre-survey and a post-survey that we ask the kids and the teacher to take. So you want to go beyond the survey?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes. Please, Herman and Farid, if I missing something, please help. The other point that we were talking about with the expression of interest, that is that to have
No, I think the what Connie is saying is it would be it's okay. What happened is that from many of the expressions of interest that we got, there was almost no impact measurement. So we are very interested at, well, first as a regional node, but also so that the proposals will also get the most impact and the best possible score at OAD is by including some form of impact measurement. As long as that is included in the proposal, then we're happy and we think that the proposal will in general do well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's all, I always have evaluations, and we do have it for this project already as well. But if you want me to do something, I can send it to you. If you want me to do something beyond that, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think with the evaluation, just some of couple of points to take into account to evaluate the impact of the proposal in the countries. It's going to be fine. Also, if you have, for example, some experience below, because the box is known, many countries know about that box. So maybe you can take that experience into account to write it in the proposal. The other point that we're talking about on Monday was that the proposal must to show that are sustainable, so they can continue in the countries that are working on. If we, if for example, these projects are going to be with different cities, they probably you can show that in that cities they are going to work in beyond the OAD proposal. It's just like a seed. So,
Angela, I don't think I understand. Can you say that again, or maybe Herman can say it?
Herman, see.
The idea behind this is that so we're not asking that the project will be self-sustainable, but some form of it will be sustainable.
Oh.
So, for instance, people can take whatever they learned. So the participants take whatever they learned and then recreate it elsewhere. That's just one way that we can think about going around this. So the idea is that it's sustainable, that it has a long-lasting impact. That doesn't necessarily need to be measured like in. So not with deliverables, but so there's some sort of aim towards making the project or the ideas or the spirit behind the project a long-lasting thing.
Yeah, well, there's two things that come to mind right now. One is with the energy activity, where the kids, after they finish the activity as it is in the kit, they would transfer that to their own city and do the same thing with the energy calculation.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then with the animal activity, they could research to see what animal near where they live is affected by light pollution and do their own game for that particular animal. So I mean, there are ways of applying the kit to other situations that are closer to home.
Something that could also work for proposals is to keep an open source spirit around developing these ideas. So whatever material is there, find a way or think of a way or propose a way that knowledge generated during the project can be replicated easily by an online presence or something like that.
Yeah, we did have it. Well, there's many levels to that. There's the level where you just simply have all the materials on a website, and we did until about 5 days ago. But we had external reviewers review our department projects, and they absolutely loved this project. They wanted us to commercialize it. So they suggested to take everything except for the videos that explain the activities off the website for now, because a big box company might never want to commercialize this if it's being given out to the world, which it has been. But it depends now what happens. If I get some funding from IAU, OAD. That's a different story. I put the material back on again because I never wanted to take it off in the first place. But my boss told me that I had to for the time being. So this project has so many promises. Here at the meeting, everybody loved it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But yes, we can replicate it, and yes, we can do a lot of things that help with whatever the you guys suggest. It's I'm so excited. I just can't believe this.
Yeah, that's great. I'm here trying to connect Jaime, but I can't do it. I don't know what is the...
I can hear you.
I'm trying to connect to Jaime because Jaime is trying to get this meeting, but I have problems with the connection, so probably if Herman
Is there anything I could do to help?
Probably if you have the invite more people, Herman, try to join
See if I
Jaime.
do. No, I don't have that on my screen because I didn't.
I'm on my cell phone. Sorry, I can't really do much operatively. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's not working to me to invite Jaime, but well, I'm gonna try to do it again because the other point is that in the proposal they're gonna ask if you are working with somebody else. I mean, if there are some another institutes to helping you with funds, with money, probably just to have some other funds to make the proposal possible with the institution and with the OAD also money. So
Well, right now we don't have any other institutions we're partnering with at the moment. We've had partners that we give the kits to, but not. Well, the first set of kits were funded by the IAU for the IYL, but that was the first set of kits. They're basically almost all gone because they went to 5 different institutions, our partners with whom I gave the kits to. And then OSA for the same set of kits helped a little bit as well. But you know, those kits are gone basically. I have to now, you know, generate a way of making more kits. We have so many requests. It's amazing.
that's great because also OAD can help with the making of the boxes if you have the contact in each countries and probably the contacts can pay to send the boxes to their countries. So you have the partners that can help you with funds just for the traveling
Yes, ma'am.
payment.
Yes, you're right. With the uh, regional nodes, the 9 or 10 regional nodes that met in March, I had sent all of the kits to Kevin, and he gave them to everybody there, and they took them back to their countries. I guess they paid to ship them out to their countries. So it was, but you're right, you could send, yeah, you could have each individual country pay for the shipping, you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be very, very helpful. Yeah. I
and that's
understand.
what the office, the regional office, suggests the most because probably gives some tranquility in the proposal to have collaboration in the countries to make the proposal a working collaboration uh, activity in the future. So.
Good idea.
Um,
It helps a lot.
well, I think the general suggestions are those. Maybe if you have another question or something that I forgot, Herman.
No, I have the paragraph here that you had sent me a little while ago, and I think pretty much that you have gone over the points. You did say perform virtual training. That's something we have not gone over, and I'm very very used to doing that. We did that for the first batch of kits where we had, I'll give you, for instance, we have a tutorial video that we created to explain the activity. So there's 6 activities, so we ended up with 6 tutorial videos, which we put online. They're still on the webpage. And then we followed up with an hour-long Google Hangout to answer any questions people had. So, assuming that they look at the tutorial video first, and they have the kit, and they try out the activity. So that's something that can be continued if you'd like to do that. That's then you don't keep people online for very long because they come hopefully with questions, if everything works out right. and it's more efficient that way.
Yeah. Huge. Maybe I forgot something.
That would be good. That'd be good. Okay, so I would like to get a list from you, if it's okay, of your suggestions for contacts in Venezuela and Colombia and Chile, and you had mentioned one other country, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some contacts in also Peru. We have some contacts there, and in Venezuela, in Chile,
Yes.
and probably in Argentina.
Oh, good. Okay.
We can make it in Argentina, and I think with that, probably you can just get in contact with them and.
That would be absolutely wonderful. Can I ask you, do they, when you give us context, I just wonder, the audience that it goes to, do these contexts always bring all the wonderful projects to the same set of people, or are they actually bringing it to where the people need it?
Well, some of them have the links with people that really need these kind of activities. I'm the coordinator of TF2, that is the teachers and students. So most of the people that I'm working with, they are working with people that need these kind of activities of the astronomy outreach and try to get more didactical materials to teach astronomy at school, to make research at school. So they really need it in TF2. That's why all the contacts that I can give you are in this line.
That would be absolutely wonderful. That's key that you have that kind of connection. I appreciate that. The one thing you might be happy to know is that the most of the materials in the kit have already been translated into Argentinian Spanish.
That's great.
Yeah, and Chilean Spanish. So that's covered. If anyone else wants their country's Spanish to be translated, that would be wonderful too. But so far we have those two almost completely, I'd say, translated. So it's nice. What I do have to do, however, is take the video and put subtitles in Spanish on the video for each of the different activities, which has not been done yet.
Also, you can find some volunteers in the contacts I'm going to share with you. Probably we here in Colombia can help you with the subtitles, and you can put it in the proposal to do something with volunteers here in the area in the Andean Road.
Okay. Are you sending that by email? That would be best, actually, rather than the chat thing here. So, trying to. Okay, you have one message there. Okay. No, somebody else. Oh, is that link is what you're talking about, Angela?
I was talking about the translation for the videos, that maybe we can, with volunteers, we can help you to make the translations.
Okay, that sounds great. This is for, forgive me because I can't hear very well with these earphones that I have. So this would be for Colombian Spanish?
Yes, in Colombian Spanish. That is, um, you can use, for example, the Spanish to Argentina or Chile, also for Colombia because it's working. We understand the same Spanish translation. There are no many different things, so
That
it
sounds good.
works. So, for example, if we have training videos for teachers, we can make you the translations in Spanish, and it works for all the South Spanish countries.
Sounds very good.
Also, probably we have some contacts in Brazil, and they can help you with the translation for Portuguese as a
Well,
volunteer.
well, I know Rosa Doran very, very well,
Ah,
and
great.
yeah,
No,
she's one
you
of my
have
best friends actually.
that's
but
great.
but what's that?
It's great. I know
Yeah,
Rosa. So,
she would like to we've already sent her 2 kits. So she has one that she went to the Principe Island, I guess.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, yeah, and then one that she has in her office. Um, so yeah, so I'm hoping that she's really busy, but I'm sure she'll get. Well, who was it now? She said that she said, excuse me, suggested somebody. I can't remember who it was to translate. But
Yeah.
yeah, um, yeah, that would be wonderful. Then you could hopefully, even though it's a bit of a dialect difference, you could probably use it in Brazil as well, I guess.
Okay, that's great. I
And
think
I don't know if you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I think I tell you all the suggestions we were talking about the expression of interest.
Hmm.
If you have some question, please let me know because I try to make to give you all the information about the suggestions to make the stronger the proposal. So
Okay.
I hope.
Yes. Um, so we went over the virtual training that I had a question on, and yeah, the hard part sometimes is, you know, you can make your contacts, some solid teachers who receive the kit, and then how do you sort of nudge them every now and then politely to see how they're doing and if they have done the kit and or, the activities, whatever it is, and to get them to hopefully give you the feedback with whatever um, evaluation instrument that you've given them to use. Do I go through you? Do I do that myself? I mean, if we were to get granted the grant, what would you suggest?
No, you can do it yourself. If I can help you if you want, but as soon as I give you the contacts, you can write to them, and they're going to be happy to share with you the pictures and what the things they're doing with the kids in each country. So don't worry, you can make the contact directly and receive the feedback from each country. We were talking about a proposal, and probably 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes after start this meeting, about something like that to make the regional adaptation of the kits if is required, and they can give you that feedback, how they can use it better in Peru, how some changes or the activities or feedback for another activities. So you can do it directly. But if you need help, for sure I'm going to be here to help you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, sounds excellent. And I just wanted well, it'll be in the proposal. But anyway, we have what what we thought that would be easier for teachers if we had posters for each of the activities, and that's what we did with the first batch of the kit. So each activity has, for the students, some posters with basic information about that particular activity, which is actually stated as an issue first. And they read it, and they can do more online if they want to, or they can try the activity first and try to get a better understanding. It's called problem-based learning. They are given a situation and they solve it. They first identify what the problem is, and then they together as a team they solve it, and then they present it to the teacher who's supposedly the mayor of the city.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so that's so you'll see a few posters in the kit, or at least in the proposal.
Yeah,
Um, now, Germán, are you at the planetarium in Bogota or Meri? Oh, sorry, I can't remember the name of the city. Begins with an M. Beautiful name.
Herman is in Bogota.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, he's near from Christian that I am.
okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
how's Christian doing?
fine. He's working with the Olympics,
Oh,
the astronomical Olympics, Olympiad.
wow.
That
Excellent,
he's
excellent.
working on that. He continues doing the best in that kind of competitions.
Wow. I really wish I could have gone in May to the CAP meeting. Um,
Hi. Hi.
yeah, anyway.
Yeah, we miss
Can
you. We
you hear
miss
me?
you.
Yes,
We
yes, sir.
exchange
Sorry,
contact.
to interrupt. I've been trying. I got to my office and I tried to there's something there's a thing here. Some people are asking through the previous uh, link if they can join the Hangout or if they can get a link for the Hangout, but I haven't been able to find one now that I got to my office.
Ah,
So where do we
well,
watch
she
it?
has the link on her. If she can access the link a couple different ways on her screen. I don't. I mean, I can send you the. I think you need a permission though to
No,
be a
just
guest.
using that link. I gave you the link again in the
No, I
chat.
can't. It's not public. So with the link that you just sent me, people can't see it. So it's different from
Here,
the previous meeting, and there's a lot of people actually logged in asking about it.
Let me
I don't know.
Herman, your last name is
check
Chaparro.
out.
Yeah. Let me send you what I have. I don't know if it's going to work. At the top of your screen, do you have something that
Who,
ends with
who is trying to join?
AUTHUSCR equals 0?
Yeah, but that's a okay. So I don't know if people can log in with it. What happened is that last time we had this Google Plus um, thing, so people could actually see the Hangout without being part of the Hangout. So I'll
Yes.
just send the link again, and you can just continue while I do this.
So,
While I
or
try.
do you want me to start again?
No, but you sent a link last time. You know, the one where people could ask us questions without being on air with us.
Yeah, but
Yes.
this is another call. It's a different link. That's
I know,
the
but but I don't have the new link. All I have is the link for the Hangout, but I'm asking about a different thing, about the Google Plus link, like last time.
let me. I'm gonna send you the.
Herman,
Yes.
when I get onto my Gmail account, the notifications tells you where it is, but you have to have a Gmail account in order to be able to ask a question on a Google Plus Hangout. You probably know that, right?
Okay. Yeah. No, I got it. Okay, I finally got the link from Angela. Okay, I got it, but I
Okay.
don't think people have it, so I'll share it
Okay.
with the mailing list. So you can continue. I'll mute my microphone.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. So we have
Yes.
talked about partners to partner as authors on the proposal, and partners in terms of getting kits and being able to assign them to various teachers. We've talked about the evaluation tool that is necessary to have within the proposal, which is a great idea. We've talked about having a sort of a virtual way of getting in touch with people to probably answer any questions that they might have. And also it helps actually to sustain the community. What else can we talk about? Hello?
Yeah, somebody. Hola.
I think there are people getting
Tienes
on.
el micrófono encendido, yo creo que los podemos cerrar para reducir el ruido.
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay.
Somebody is getting in the
Yes.
call.
We've talked about translations and, of course, the training materials maybe being dubbed, as I mentioned that. And um, let's see, we talked about, I'm trying to think of anything we might have forgotten to talk about that we should talk about so that we all can write the best proposal we possibly can. um, let's see.
Well, what else had I forgot? Herman, I gave all the suggestions we gave, so I think if you have any other question or any other suggestions, maybe if you hear someone or I missed someone, if you want to.
Okay, well, you did have some questions. I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be possible to answer some of the questions you had in here in a very succinct manner. See, you had, for instance, what fraction of the target population in those towns do you expect to reach? That's a very hard answer because it does depend on how many teachers are available to do the activities, how many kids they reach. I don't know. I guess I'm too much of a easygoing person in that regard because I would like to see a lot of teachers have access to as many kids as we can get to that region, which I'm not sure is going to be too many, but I can't really force them to say
Maybe
100 kids per every year. 100 kids per students per every year. I don't know what is possible. What is your experience? What can you
what I
expect
did
from
with the
people?
proposal I'm running is that I ask to the contact in each country how many kids they can reach. So
Ah,
at
okay,
least you have some um, uh, some specific students with the teachers that they can reach.
okay,
More than that, it's okay. But for example, in the proposal, you can just use the students or take into account the students the teachers have at school in each one of the countries you're gonna invite. So, for example, here in Bogota, in Bogota and in Medellin, we have at least 50 or between 50 and 100 kids that we can reach because we have teachers here, we have a group of teachers that they can move the box in different schools, so it depends in each country. So the
okay,
contacts can give you some specific number, I think.
okay. So you'll be sending me that by email, the names of the contacts, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you yeah, the list with the contacts.
So are there any questions people are asking you that you would like to answer?
Well, I gave you all the suggestions with the questions the people make on Monday, and also with the suggestions Herman made also on Monday.
I think we
Oh,
should
yes,
we
ma'am.
should wait
No,
for
I
a bit
meant in the
here
group chat.
people well more
Right.
people log on, and maybe they can ask more questions because
Yes.
until a few minutes ago they didn't have the link.
The link. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. So let's see, questions. What's the other one?
Well,
Y
there's two
Paulina y
people
Lady,
online, right? There's
¿alcanzaron a
Lady
escuchar algo?
and there's Paulina. So if they want to participate, if they have questions about what we've been talking about, which is the or thoughts on what can help you have a solid proposal.
But they're on as viewers, Herman, or are they on as guests?
I think they're actually with us in the hangout, but they're not saying anything.
Okay, there's Paulina. I see that now. And then Lady J. Okay. Lady
If
J,
you
you're
guys are
muted.
there, then speak now.
Any questions?
Oh, Lady J said hola.
Hola.
Hola. Okay, los escucho. No tengo micrófono. Oh, she doesn't have a microphone.
She doesn't have it. Lady, si tienes preguntas,
Lady J, you can type here in a chat if you want to, if you have any questions.
y Paulina también por si tienes preguntas. ¿Cuál es tu pregunta, Lady? Si quieres escribirla en el chat. Nothing. Well.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
Pauline.
You're
Okay,
on the
I am Paulina from Chile. I participate in the IUC center. I work in the IUC center, and I was expecting to hear about some guidelines for improve the proposals, or at least this is what the person who invited me to this meeting was telling me. I
That's
don't
right.
know if
We started about a half an hour ago, but we had trouble sharing the links.
okay,
So
perfect.
that's it. But we can recap. We can recap. That's no problem.
Yeah,
I think Akila
or
can say
because
something.
the previous meeting you left a video, so if I can just watch the video from you will be okay too.
That's also okay. That's not a problem. But if you have additional questions, or if you have any question, this is the time to ask them.
Okay. No, I think it was more like I wanted to understand the general context because this is the first time that we participate in this group. So I wanted to have the general guidelines.
All right. So let me do a quick recap. So
Okay.
two of the things that two of the main things that we saw with the proposals were with the expressions of interest was that a lot of people weren't thinking about impact measurement. So there, a lot of the proposals had a way to measure the progress of the project, but not really a long-term or a medium-term method to measure impact. That's one of the things, and we wanted to suggest people who were participating to reach out to economists or people who knew more about how to measure impact in terms of development, so they could get better ideas on how to measure this. Because not so much for us, but mostly for the OED, because they're really thinking about how to, I don't know, turn euros or turn dollars into something that they can measure and that they can show to governments and foundations and stuff like that. So that's one of the main points that we wanted to make. So
So
I don't remember your proposal. I don't know which it is, but that's one of the main guidelines that we wanted to give.
okay, so the idea is that somehow in the proposals we should write a way to measure and how to keep the impact too.
Yeah, to measure impact in terms of development.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
That's something that maybe a person who, an economist, would know more about these things than educators or astronomers or teachers.
Well, Herman,
Yes.
Okay, thank
uh,
you.
well, we always put this into our proposals of this type to have an evaluator, they call them.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it takes up 1/3 of the proposal to pay this person. I just want you
Yeah,
to know that.
that's usually a problem. So what we're trying to do is that if you're in a university, maybe you could work with tourists or
Oh, can't hear you.
can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Okay, so you can partner up with someone at a partner institution who can give some of their time to do some of this assessment. So of course we understand, and I think people at OAD will understand that we don't have the resources to do this full time, but at least consider people should consider in the proposals, yeah, to try to do this. as I don't know, and that links to something else that I wanted to say, which is that in terms of funding, you don't. I mean, of course, we want the proposals to have some sort of match funding, right? But that match funding doesn't have to be in terms of cash or of just cash in hand. All it has to be is some way that I don't know, time, for instance, from a researcher, or time from someone who works at a planetarium or something like that, or somebody who can help you out with impact measurement. So okay, that's one thing. The
So,
other thing that is important for Paulina, who just got here, is that we wanted to make an emphasis in how do you call that, capacity building. So Angela was mentioning earlier that it is important to consider other countries in your proposal and impacting as much as possible other countries in your proposal, right? So that's important, of course, but something that can be more important is to reach out to the countries that need it the most. For instance, Bolivia, which is lacking in a lot of resources and in training, and think about a specific country, specific way that you want to help, for instance, that country or that region, doing some capacity building, right? And that is also something important that we wanted people to keep in mind. And the other thing is that something that we considered while we looked at the proposals was whether the proposal was already attached to one of the working groups of the Andean Road, of the regional office. So if proposals are tied to one of these working groups, they will have, they will have a better chance, or they did have a better chance at having our support, our full support, of course. So we wanted people to reach out to existing working groups and try to talk to them and try to strengthen them. Of course, it's not that we don't want any new ideas. Of course, that's not the point. But we want to strengthen the regional offices, the regional office, sorry, and that requires some of the projects to, of course, be tied to to the existing infrastructure. Paulina, I don't know if you have any questions about what I said.
um, yes, I had some question. Like, for example, I would like to know some examples about what are the other forms that the sponsoring institutions can give to the project.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Because in the second point that you mentioned, you say that not only catch is what you are expecting to have, like the support from the institutions where we are working. So you are also expecting I don't know, that somehow we can convert, for example, the office spaces or the resources that our institute can provide for the development of the project.
Yeah, sure. That's what I meant by match funding, not necessarily in cash, right?
Okay.
That's what I meant, and
So,
that's a good thing. So one of the questions that was raised last time during the last telecon was that people were worried about how much money they were asking, and we were saying, well, it varies a lot, of course, but you have a better chance at getting better funding if you already have match funding. If you have no match funding, then it's very difficult for you to get a big budget approved. If you have some sort of match funding, even though it's not in cash, then you have a good chance of getting a good budget, or at least as good as as good as possible, right?
okay,
Probably
and
if you want me to share with you some contacts in other countries, you can make the contacts to talk to the people if they may be interested to participate in your proposal. And the way you have contacts in the countries and depends of your project is, they can help you with as a volunteer. As Herman says, it's not needed to have money to help you, but probably if you want to translate some things because you are gonna do some didactic materials or pedagogical books, they can help you with the translation. In that way, you receive help from another country. It depends about your proposal.
Mhm.
Also, I think that the lady's question is also answered. As Herman was saying, the idea from the office, the regional office, is to get in contact with another country. So, if you want to get an impact, a stronger impact, maybe you can contact people in different cities or in different countries and get involved into your project.
So other institutions or other working groups.
Exactly.
So is Paulina in the um, regional office in Chile? Is that what she was saying?
Yes, yes.
Oh, hi, Paulina. You're somebody I probably will be contacting.
Yes, you have it there.
Okay.
Okay.
Paulina, where are you staying in Chile?
In Santiago,
In Santiago.
in the Astro Engineering Center of Universidad Católica.
That's great. So you can, if you want Paulina to find your email in the chat, that's the first contact for example, Lady that is here and also for Connie.
Yes, please.
Okay, I give you my email. I think you have the one of Patricio. That is the one who sent the expression of interest. This is my email.
Okay. So I have a task, I have a homework for you that we're gonna send you some contacts in the Andean region. One contact in Venezuela, or the ones that I have in Peru, in Chile, and Argentina to get you involved with the other ones, to, for you to invite them to participate in your proposal.
Okay, thank you.
So another question? Do you have another question?
Do you
So
Yes, I do have a question regarding the how to measure the impact. Uh, do you have a standard way or not?
no,
No.
we don't have some. The suggestion is that maybe you can use some objects or some aims or some indicators to measure your impact. For instance, if your project is a proposal of getting involved as many kids or as many teachers as possible, probably an impact is not just the number of teachers that you are getting involved, but what are they doing with the activities you're proposing. If there have, for example, some effects in the people, if they are encouraged to make better their work at school, or if they are continue doing some activities, uh, even if the project is done, and that kind of indicators you can make them.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, you can just choose a couple of ones. And one thing is that maybe that is important to take into account is that one of the indicators shows that it's not a project that dies with the proposal, but the project continues even if the proposal is done. So get like a network with the people that is going to participate in your proposal.
I think it looks like Lady J had a comment or a question in the chat.
In the chat, let me see. I'm gonna see. yeah, ladies question that is, and nothing. Let's see a question.
Yeah, she's saying.
Yeah, she was asking about how to get involved other countries, some suggestions to get a stronger the proposal with and a bigger impact. So probably you have more questions or something that Herman wants to say.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Maybe if you have some questions or Herman wants to say something else. Okay. Yeah, so I think there is um, the suggestions we had for the proposals are those. So if you have something, some question, maybe in a couple of days, don't worry, write to us, and we can give you more ideas or contacts. Or I'm gonna try to send the list today.
Well, Angela, maybe I do have one more question, if that's okay. You said in the letter that there's 127 applicants, and I guess you'll figure out how many might be awarded. But what is it's gone on for many years now, and I was wondering if there's an average that you give out for the funding, so we kind of don't ask too much.
No, it's okay. It depends of the project. The you can ask at least I think the amount you cannot ask more than 15,000 euros
Mhm.
because they have to take into account at least 30 projects in the world to give 10 for TF1, 10 for TF2, and 10 for TF3. So you can ask, and also it is important to have there the people that is going to help you. As Herman says, it's not required that the people that are going to participate in your proposal gives you money, but they can give you money with volunteer work, with translation work, with activities in situ work. So it means also money. So you can complete that, and you can ask as many as you think that you need. But they're not gonna give you if the amount is too much. They're not gonna give you all that you are asking, but probably they're gonna give you a little bit less.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, my microphone got offline for a few minutes there. I wanted to add something to what Angela was saying in regards of how to measure impact. Something that we were also saying last time was for people to think about their proposals and the impact with of their proposals as in terms of what will change from the start of the project to the end of the project with your participants or with your region or with or the kids that are participating, or just in general what is changing. And if you can think of the best way to measure that, which is not necessarily, of course, just one thing, you have to think of as many things as possible as your proposal is changing, right? So you have to think hard about these things, and then from there you can start thinking how to measure that.
Farid, do you wanna say something about TF3 expression of interest or something?
Are you asking Herman?
I
No,
think Farid.
Hello?
Hi,
Here.
Farid.
No.
Hello. Sorry, I was offline for many minutes. I don't know why. Actually, I have no more time to still online, but I don't know if you are discussing the expressions of interests in TF3. This is what are
No,
you talking about?
All
suggestion
of
of the
them, but if you have questions
wondering.
on TF3, then please share them with us in a couple of minutes that you can.
Um, well, my closer approach to the expression of interests is that proposal by Maria Argudo, if you remember, with this project to develop some materials for blind people. But I think it's I have the closer approach because she's working in my university, and I think this is the type of projects where it's more possible to involve people from South America, because she told me that she has some institutions in South America working with blind people, including Colombia, and she was working with people in Europe with similar experience. So I think from the expressions of interest, this is this is one of the projects with with a good prognostic or of success. I don't know what person in Colombia is working with blind people. I remember from the CAP meeting, one person with some models of the solar system, the moon, Saturn, or something like that, from blind people. Do you know Angela?
Yeah. Noreen Grice is one person. She was there, I think, at that CAP meeting, and also Lena Canas. She's
Okay.
she's now at the Office of Astronomy Outreach in Japan.
Okay.
So they're two different people. Hmm.
And Kumiko. Kumiko is working also with that kind of material. We did with the Lina Canas and Kumiko an astronomy sense box. That's the one if maybe you are talking about. Here in Colombia, we are making, we're running a proposal about astronomy with all senses. There is a kit that has 12 different didactical material for blind people. But it's not just for blind people, it's also to get sensitive to the people that is normal, to make them know that they can use all the senses as possible as they can use it. So I can share with you the final document if you need for it, you can make all the material by your own.
Uh,
With that kind of material, we're gonna send a box to Chile to Maritza Ariza. So probably you can talk to Maritza Ariza.
I can see that in the Google Plus page that there are more people actually online watching. So if you have questions, please ask them now, please, via chat or at the website at the Google Plus website.
It's very strange that you are telling that the link is not working. This is the link that I sent in the mail.
No,
So
it is working. I already sent it, and I have 9 people watching, but they haven't asked any questions yet.
I do have a comment. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Okay. So I have a comment regarding the project of blind people here in Chile. There are also some intentions, and we have prepared some lessons already, creating this sensitivity material. And in the Astro Engineering Center, we have a project to create a 3D material using 3D printers, like a book that NASA released some years ago for blind kids. So it maybe would be nice to join the efforts.
That's great, Pauline. I'm gonna share with you the document we have for the proposal, and
Mhm.
let's stay in touch because we are
Okay.
almost finishing the box.
Yeah, here we have worked with mainly two schools because I got in touch with an ophthalmologist, and he's the one who took me to this school where you can find people, really babies, up to 18 years old when they finish their normal education. So I think definitely we could try to make something together. If you are developing something, that we could also use it here, and what we are developing we can also share it.
Yeah, of course. Great to know about you. I
Okay.
already sent you the link of the astronomy with all senses
Sorry,
proposal.
the last sentence I did not get it.
I already sent you the link for the proposal, astronomy with all senses. You can check
Okay.
it. It's not the last one, but it's almost done everything.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can start making the activities as you will.
Okay.
Well, I think that's about it. If there aren't any other questions, right?
If there are, Herman, I can probably email you. But Angela, if you could send me those contact names
Yeah,
as soon as possible, that would be really great because I'd like to contact them as soon as possible since there's only 2 weeks to when the proposals are due.
yeah. I'm gonna do it right away. Do not forget.
Thank you.
So for anyone watching it live or later via the YouTube link, then you can ask us any questions that you have regarding this process. Well, of course, before September 15th. Um, uh, and we will answer them as best as we can.
Yeah, thank you, Herman. Thank you, everybody, to come.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Thank you to have the time and have a nice night.
You too.
All right,
Thank you.
Bael, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.